I wanted to ask you about Tottenham. Actually, you were linked with Todibo, but that seems to have died a death now. There's another centre back you're looking at whose name I struggle with the pronunciation of the surname. Is it Radu
Dragusin? Radu Dragusin. Yes.
Sounds like a baddie from a Rocky movie, bruv.
Yeah.
What's happening with that deal? I've heard that deal was pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, you never know with Spurs how close the deal is. The latest from Romano is that we've only made a verbal offer, no concrete written offer, and we're still in talks with the club to try and meet a valuation. Last I heard was that they wanted 30 million euros. We'd pay 23 million euros. It's the typical Daniel Levy game, right? You can't just pay it and get it over and done with. But we'll see. Look, he's a good player. He's a good player, but we'll see if we get it over the line. He's young. He's going to need some time to settle, but he looks a very good defender. He doesn't get booked. I think he's had 6 bookings in 4 seasons. You know, for a centre-back, that's very good. He likes to tackle. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it get done, if it gets done. But it's just strange. It went very quickly from Todibo to Dragusin, and every part of me thinks that's because one is half price of what the other one is. So Daniel Levy will never change on that front. But, yeah, it's positive signs. It's positive signs.
The media are not saying this, though, but I do think the Todibo situation is also to do with Man United and Nice. He's a player that the club wants. He's a player, obviously, that Ratcliffe and his people back. I've said for a long time, the public stance will be, because obviously Man United and Nice cannot seem to be in cahoots with each other. So Nice will just say, and the brief will be, it's because he's not for sale. I do think it's because Man United are going to go in for him. I don't know. It probably won't be until the summer. I think that's part of it, to defend Tottenham. But it's interesting. We spoke earlier about things changing. If you guys actually make a centre-back signing within the first week of the window, that would be, I assume, a welcome change from sort of waiting until right at the end of the January period.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it will indeed. I think one of the things that's always been thrown at Daniel Levy and Tottenham as a club is that we always tend to wait right until the last day of the January transfer window. We did it with Pedro Porro last year. The year before, we did it with Kulusevski and Bentancur. I think more than anything, that normally is born out of not really having a plan, not really having a manager in place that you think, right, these are the targets. Let's go out and get them. Let's start talking to them in December so that we're ready to pounce the first week in January. Now, it looks like that's changed, but at the moment, until the deal's over the line, it's not changed. What's positive for me is that it looks like Postecoglou has identified what he needs, identified who he needs. So, yeah. But listen, I'm content with what's going on. I think it's good. I think it looks positive. But as anything, got to get it over the line, right? You've got to get it over the line. If you don't, all of this is just paper talk. And we tried, right? We tried. So I do think we'll get it done. I don't think there was a lot of planning before at a football club in terms of, we've dropped in Nuno with what plan? Jose and Conte was, come on, do something with us right now. Now it looks like we're building for the future. He's 21. The Dogi, who we brought in, is 20. Papa Sarr's 20. Do you know what I mean? Van der Ven's 22. It looks like Brennan Johnson's young. It looks like we're building something. Hopefully. I don't, me, Terry. I don't blow smoke up anybody's backside. It looks like something good is happening, but I expect it to take a couple of years to really, really come to fruition.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to take time to build that squad. I don't know much about this Radu Dragusin at all. Cal here says, very on brand for this club, but I am desperate for any centre half we can get at this point. What's your understanding of the qualities of this player?
So I've watched Genoa play a few times. I'm not going to say I've watched loads of their games. I watched them play against Inter the other day. He was excellent. Very good in the tackle. Loves the tackle as well, by the way. Like he's one of those defenders, Terry, that, like now in 2023, when you talk about centre-backs, the first thing people will go is, oh, but can he bring the ball out? I'm thinking, hang on, can he defend? Can he stop the ball going in my net? He loves defending. He's strong. He's powerful. He's tall. He's got a good range of passing, and I think he looks good. The key thing for me is you've got Van der Ven and Romero. It's not enough. You can't have two. You've got to have some more depth in there, especially if we want to start talking about going and winning trophies and leagues in the future. You've got to build a squad. You've got to have depth and you've got to have a plan. He can also play right back as well as centre back. So it's not ideal. You know what I mean? It's not like you want to bring him in and put him at right back. But look, he's young. He can learn. He can grow. I think that's the point, right? That's Postecoglou's job now. Bring him in, let him learn, let him grow. And it's just good that we've got some competition for Van der Ven and Romero, because Van der Ven and Romero misses, I mean, on average, 35% of football every single season. Don't know if you knew that, right? He misses so many games a season. Van der Ven, it's the second time he's had a hamstring injury, and he's only 22. So you're going to miss him, right? Sod's Law tells you every year there's going to be some sort of injury there. So you've got to have players to come in for rotation. I don't see the big clubs, like Spurs fans constantly, not all, some Spurs fans constantly talk about who does he come in and replace? That's every signing we make, by the way. It's, we want to buy him, but who does he replace? Bigger clubs don't worry about that. Liverpool have got five forwards. They've got about 6 central midfielders. Yeah, they've got 4 good centre-backs. Tottenham have got 2 good centre-backs. And the moment one of them goes out, they're out. So I think someone says Savage the misery merchant. I think I've just been really positive. I thought I was just really positive about the signing, about the club. So yeah, I think it's a good signing if we can get it over the line. I'll wait until I see him with the Spurs shirt on. But yeah, let's see what happens in the next week or so. Let's see.
Yeah, look, it's certainly going to be an interesting one with Tottenham. I'm not really judging the player because I don't know much about him at all. But there's a lot of people online that rave about him, so we'll see. But what you said there about the cards is key, because Romero, as you said, misses 35% of the season. It's a huge. Again, if you want to win titles, that's a key component as to why you won't win a title when one of your best players, when he plays, isn't available for over a third of your season. That in itself will stop you from winning. So it needs to certainly be addressed. This here says, which is the lesser of two evils? Liverpool winning the title this season to equal United, or City going one better than United, treble with a 4 and a repeat? It's Liverpool winning the league, because even if Liverpool win this season and next season, 2 titles, at some point in history, we can catch that up. The likelihood of ever doing 4 on the bounce, again, in my lifetime's almost 0, considering it's taken over 130 years of football for anybody to do it. I don't want either to win. I'd rather Villa do it. But if I'm going to pick the lesser of two evils, it'd be Liverpool equaling the amount of titles we've got, because a 4-peat, that may never, if City do it once, it may never be done again. Then also they've got the chance to do a 5-peat, which could never be done. So I think everybody should want Liverpool to win the league if they're the only 2 choices, because City can set a record that may never, ever, ever, ever be broken by any team at any point. And surely none of us want that, but everyone's going to have a different take on that. But yeah, I'd of the 2, I don't want either. I'd rather Liverpool win the league, if I'm being honest with you, regarding that.